Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to RJL 518 Sports Network. Tonight, we begin another exciting edition of Payoff Pitch 1985. Today's date is May 14th. We are at Tiger Stadium for tonight's game between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers. It will be Charlie Hough versus Milt Wilcox on this game. Detroit actually won this game on that date, 4-1. So now we play, and this is the Texas Rangers. This is actually the last team we have not played yet for 1985. After this, I have another schedule block which features all 26 teams. And then after that schedule block is completed, I will then start removing teams that are really no longer being a factor in the playoff race at that time. Philip Reynolds is first to join us here at Tiger Stadium. Very much a hitter's park, 1-88 for left-handed batter, 1-67 for right-handed batter. This should be a very fun game. I'm expecting it. The Rangers come into this game only one game under 500. Not bad for a team that was graded an F in the quick results. They are only one game under. The Detroit Tigers are overachieving a little bit. They're at 19-9. They lead the American League East. So should be exciting as we have a good matchup here as the Rangers try to get back to 500 and the Tigers try to get their 20th win. Let's play some baseball. Starting pitcher for the Tigers will be Milt Wilcox. Didn't have that many starts in 85, but he has starts here. 1-3 with a 4.85 ERA. He is the starting pitcher. Leading off for the Texas Rangers will be left fielder Tom Dunbar. Wilcox is a right-hander. Dunbar batted .204 with a homer against rights. Here we go. Payoff pitch is underway. Wilcox, an in-play 57, and that will be a ground ball to short. Taken care of easily by Alan Trammell. That is out number one. Next up for the Rangers, first baseman Pete O'Brien batted .285 with 20 home runs against rights. Wilcox with the pitch. That is a tough 43. That will be a ground ball right back to Wilcox. He will toss it over to first for out number two. And now third baseman Buddy Bell, as Philip Reynolds would know, ex-Red. And he would actually be on, and he actually would be on the Reds next year. As a matter of fact, he would be on the Cincinnati Reds in '86. Buddy Bell, longtime Texas Ranger, of course. 2 outs. He batted .219 against right-handers. Wilcox with the pitch. That is a tough 41. That's a pop out to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Wilcox. Manager, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Of course, Philip Reynolds would know his Rangers. Starting pitcher or his Reds, I should say. Starting pitcher for the Rangers will be Charlie Hough. You know, Charlie Hough was 37 years old in 1985, 14 wins, 16 losses, a 3.31 ERA, and yet Charlie Hough, in 8 years, at the age of 45, will pitch opening day for the Florida Marlins in 1993. 45 years old, Charlie Hough. You want to talk about longevity? That's pretty darn good. Leading off for the Tigers, second baseman Lou Whitaker batted .295 with 19 home runs. He should be in the Hall of Fame, not Trammell. Hough with the pitch. That is a patient 55. That will be a single for Whitaker. Leadoff base hit. Whitaker trots down to first, and speaking of Alan Trammell, there he is, shortstop. Whitaker on first base, no steal, no strat coming up. Favorite Ranger, Nolan Ryan, of course. Pitch from Hough. That's a tough 81. He has an extra, he adds 10 to the rolls. That's actually going to be a 91, and that is a ground ball to short. Trammell's double play rating is a 5. Hough is a 6. That is an 8. The throw will go to second to get Whitaker. Trammell will be safe at first, out number one. on a fielder's choice. Next up for Detroit, 28-year-old Kirk Gibson batted .314 with 22 homers against rights. Sparky, the manager of these Tigers. I believe so. I believe he was the manager of the Tigers this year in '85. Pitch from Hough. That is a patient 0-3, and that will be a walk. Runners at first and second with one out. As the Tigers are in business. Detroit won this game 4-1, and historically. Here is the catcher, Lance Parrish. Parrish bats .261 with 19 homers against rights. One out, runners at first and second. Pitch from Charlie Hough. That is a patient 20, and that's going to be another walk. Hough averages 3 walks per 9, and that is right now his second walk already of the game. And that loads the bases for first baseman Darrell Evans, batted .260 with 31 home runs. Bases loaded already as the fans here at Tiger Stadium are coming in. Detroit has a bases loaded situation. Hough's pitch. The infield is normal. That is a patient 74. That is going to be a single for Darrell Evans. It is a base hit. It's a line drive into left field. Trammell will come in to score. Kirk Gibson, runner on second, scores. Lance Parrish goes to third. Evans to first. Just like that, the Tigers are up on the lead, 2-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! 2-0 already for Detroit. Runners at the corners with only one out. Here is the designated hitter, Johnny Grubb, batted .248 with 5 homers against rights. Rangers keeping it infield normal and trying to get a double play. Hough's pitch. That is a tough 79, and that will be a ground ball to second base. Grubb's double play rating's a 9. That's a 6. That is a 9. They will not turn the double play, which means Parrish will come in to score. They do get Evans. Grubb is safe at first. It's now 3-0 Tigers. Tigers jump out to a 3-0 lead on Charlie Hough. He was 14-16 with a 3.31 ERA. Here is left fielder Larry Herndon for Detroit. The Tigers are the better team between these two. There should be no doubt about that. Hough's pitch. Patient 67. That will be a ground ball to second base, and the throw will be thrown to shortstop. Actually, will throw to first. They'll get Herndon out, and that will end the inning. Tigers get 3 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks. 1 inning in the books, and the Tigers are already up 3-0. Top of the second coming up. And here is center fielder Gary Ward for Texas. Pitch by Wilcox. That's a patient 71. Ground ball to second base. Throws to first. Out number 1. Next up is second baseman Toby Harrah. He gets the call here for the Rangers at second base today. Bob B joins us here at Tiger Stadium for the Rangers and the Tigers. Oh, well, they maybe got doing something. That's okay. That's all right. In play, 36, single for Toby Harrah. That's a base hit. He hits that one to center. Rangers get their first base runner of the game. And the batter now is right fielder Larry Parrish. So you got Lance Parrish on Detroit, and you have Larry Parrish for the Rangers in this game. Were they related? I'm not 100% sure. Salvador America joins me here at Tiger Stadium. So does Kevin Hayes for tonight's game between the Rangers and the Tigers. 1 out. Infield is normal. That is an in-play 77. Fly ball center field. That will be out number 2. And now the Texas designated hitter, and that would be Cliff Johnson. That's 235 with 11 homers against rights. Not related. Thank you, Bob B. Hara on it first, 2 outs. Wilcox with the pitch. Tough, 46. And that's a line drive it right to second, but Whitaker will grab it and end the inning. No runs for the Rangers. They do get a hit. Bottom of the second coming up. Still 3-0 Tigers. Leading off for Detroit, center fielder Chet Lemon. I always say it. Every time I see him, I got to say it. Chet Lemon definitely belongs in the Hall of the Very Good. Great player. Very good player, Chet Lemon. Long player, too. Played a lot. He was 30 years old in 1985. Was busy getting ready for your wife's surgery Monday. Hey, Salvador, you don't have to explain anything to me. Not a problem. Hough will pitch to Lemon, bottom of the second. That is a tough 48. And that's a line drive hit right to second himself. That Hara will make that catch, out number 1. Remember, Charlie Hough adds 10 to the tough rolls. Here is third baseman Tom Brookins, bat 211 with 3 homers against rights. Can you pitch Andy Rincon for the Cardinals against Valenzuela and the Dodgers? No, because Force was scheduled. Force played that, was the pitcher for that game. And remember, the season games are based on historical lineups and schedules. So no, Force was scheduled to play that game. Bob Force is the pitcher for that matchup against Valenzuela. Hough is the pitch. Well, Hough will pitch. Tough, 47. That will be a ground ball back to Hough. He will throw to first for out number 2. Top of the order, Lou Whitaker comes out. He is 1 for 1 with a base hit. Pitch from Hough. That is a ballpark 65. That is a definite wheelhouse for Whitaker. Wheelhouse 18 against the righty. That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep. And, of course, yes, people, that ball is gone. Lou Whitaker smacks a home run off of Charlie Hough, and it's 4-0 Tigers. Charlie Hough pitches Lou Whitaker a large orange, and Whitaker turns it into orange juice, and it is gone. 4-0 Detroit. Good start for the Tigers here against Charlie Hough. Hough not looking too good today. Next up will be Alan Trammell with 2 outs. Yep, may the force be with you. That is tomorrow's inside pitch game. I already have a schedule for I already have a game chosen from 1982. Brandon Baker gave me the game for that already. He actually asked me that in Tabletop Baseball Plus for that game to be used for 1982. That'll be Monday. Hough's pitch, patient 41. That's a single for Trammell. Trammell gets on base for the second time today. And now Kirk Gibson. Trammell on it first. Tigers already leading 4-0. Pitch from Hough. That is again a patient 86. Ground ball to second base. That will end the inning. The throw goes to first for out number 3. Tigers get 1 run on a couple of hits, but really a big home run by Lou Whitaker at the end of 2. Tigers leading 4-0. And for those of you, of course, who watched my inside pitch game today between the Braves and the Astros, you know for a fact no lead is safe in any of my games. And if you've not watched that game to this morning, you need to. Check it up on my channel for inside pitch seasons. Top of the 3rd, Milt Wilcox comes back out. Here is the catcher for Texas, Don Slaught. Batted .277 with 5 homers. Pitching coach needs to remind him this isn't batting practice. Yep. Wilcox will pitch to Slaught. That is a tough 61. Ground ball to 3rd. Throw goes to 1st. Out number 1. Next up is shortstop Kurt Wilkerson. He gets the call today. Wilcox pitch. In play 18. That will be a single for Wilkerson. Hits that one into right. Wilkerson will hold it first. Tom Dunbar will come up now with a runner on first base. No strategy available. So Wilcox will pitch normally. Pitch coming. That is a patient 51. And Dunbar rips a single. That's a base hit. A sharp liner that drops in front of left field. Wilkerson will advance 1 base. He will hold at 2nd. And Dunbar gets a big base hit. That puts runners at 1st and 2nd. Now the Rangers are in business. Bears Den 007 joins me here. He's getting some unlucky rare play rolls for inside pitch. Yeah, well, that was something that was not good for J.R. Richard. Who knows how that game would have ended if Richard had finished the game. Here is Pete O'Brien. He will bat with runners at 1st and 2nd and 1 out. Wilcox pitch. Tough. 16. Single for Pete O'Brien. That is a base hit. It's a sharp liner into center field. Kurt Wilkerson advances 1 base with a choice. His run rating is an 8. They are within 4 runs, and I believe with that, I don't think I send him. Let me see. I don't think so. Hold on a minute. That doesn't come up often, but I need to check. I do not believe that does. The lead runner is the option of attempting a base. When not matching a batting team with a runner's rating is higher than the single D6 result, the runner will attempt to advance when the score is within plus or minus 3 runs. He's down by 4, so no. Wilkerson will hold at 3rd, and the bases are loaded. And now a big chance for Buddy Bell. Bases loaded with 1 out. The infield is normal. They'll go for the double play. But now the Rangers have a chance to get some runs. 1 out. Can Wilcox get out of this jam? Pitch on the way. Ballpark 0-2. That is Buddy Bell's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 19. Crack. That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep. Yes, Tiger fans, I'm sorry to say this game is tied. Grand slam home run, Buddy Bell. A ballpark 0-2 is definitely a wheelhouse, and a 19 on the card against a right-handed pitcher. Buddy Bell sends it into the upper deck. He turns a grapefruit to fruit salad, and this game is tied at 4 with 1 swing of the bat. What did I just say? No lead. No lead is safe here at RJL 518. We're tied at 4. Milt Wilcox gives up a grand slam home run to Buddy Bell and still one out here in the top of the third. Here's Gary Ward. They'll go talk to Wilcox, settle him down a bit. But that was Tiger Stadium in its glory. Lots of home runs hit there. Wilcox will pitch. That's a patient 24, and he walks Ward. So now Wilcox is falling apart here in the third inning. The batter now is Toby Hara. Buddy Bell's grandma broke out the rye bread and the mustard. Yes, he did. Yes, she did. Runner at first base. Wilcox will pitch to Hara, still one out in the top of the third, but a grand slam home run ties the game. Wilcox with the pitch. That is an in-play 65. That's a fly ball to right. That'll get put away by Gibson, out number 2. Here's Larry Parrish. Parrish 0 for 2. 2 outs now. Wilcox. That is a tough 61. Fly ball to right field again. Gibson will make the catch, and the inning is over. But the Rangers get 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 singles, and a homer. And we go to the bottom of the third. We are tied at 4. No lead is safe here at RJL 518 Network. Bottom of the third, Steeler fan 1933 joins me here at Tiger Stadium. Charlie Hough will come out to pitch. They'll go up against Lance Parrish, who leads off the bottom of the third. Pitch from Hough. Ballpark 91. That's going to be an in-play. In-play 65, fly ball to right. Out number 1. Next up for Detroit is Darrell Evans. Evans is 1 for 1. Hough. Ballpark again, 90. That's also in play. In play 48 is a ground ball to third. Bell will throw to first for out number 2. The Tiger DH, Johnny Grubb. Grubb goes ahead and here's the pitch from Charlie Hough. That's a patient 18, and he walks Grubb. Grubb will trot down to first. Another walk issued by Hough. He averaged 3 per 9, and that is his third right there. A chance now for Larry Herndon. 2 men down. Runner on first. Herndon with the pitch, or Hough with the pitch. Patient 12. He's going to walk Herndon. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs. A chance now for Chet Lemon to maybe get the Tigers back out on top. Tied at 4, bottom of the third. Hough checks and deals. That's an in-play 75. That's a fly ball center field. Ward will make that catch, and the inning is over. A little excitement, but nothing there. No runs, a couple of walks. At the end of 3, we're tied at 4. Lots of excitement at RJL 518 Network. You want to see excitement? Check out the Inside Pitch Seasons game I did earlier today. Briggs Stadium, yep. What it was known before it became Tiger Stadium. Top of the 4th. Wilcox back on the mound. He'll pitch to Cliff Johnson. Johnson lined out his last time up. Wilcox, patient 44. That's going to be a single for Johnson. He smacks that into center field. Johnson gets to first. Here is Don Slott. Rangers making a game of it. Detroit originally won this game 4-1. It's already 4-4, so we know we're going to have an ahistorical game. Wilcox with the pitch. That's a tough 51. That is going to be a line drive hit right to second base, out number 2. Out number 1. Line out to second, 1 out. That's only the first out. And now Kurt Wilkerson. Johnson on it first. Pitch from Wilcox. Ballpark 52. That's going to be Wilkerson's wheelhouse. He doesn't have any home run ability. And a 90 is just going to be a ground ball to short. Wilkerson double play rating 7. Wilcox 7. That's a 4. Shortstop to second to first. That is a double play inning over. No runs for Texas. They do get a hit. We are tied at 4 going into the bottom of the 4th. Tom Brookins leads off for Detroit. Hough with the pitch, and that is a defense 12, our first defense check. Range check to center field. The ball is hit to Ward. His range is a D. He's not going to get that with a 12. That's going to be a hit. And it's a ball hit to center, which was Ward, and that will be a single for Brookins. Base hit. Brookins gets to first as he hits it where Ward was not. Leadoff runner on base for the Tigers. Here's Lou Whitaker. No strat. Here is the pitch. Patient 42, and he walks Whitaker. So Charlie Hough continues to have issues on the mound with his control. Whitaker reaches base for the second time today. He was 2 for 2, a single and a home run. Now with runners at first and second and nobody out, Alan Trammell, the batter. The Tigers may have to go to the pen early here. Pitch from Hough. That's a tough 52. That will be a ground ball to first. Trammell's double play rating is a 5. That's a 6. That's a 7. The throw is going to go to second to get 1. They will not get Trammell. So Whitaker is out at second. Trammell is safe at first. Fielder's choice, runners at the corners. And now a chance for Kirk Gibson for the Tigers to try to get a lead in here. Runners at the corners. Detroit, the Rangers are going to call for the infield in. Gibson does not hit into many double plays. So the infield will be in on this play. And I will get my infield in chart ready. Pitch on the way. That is a tough 67. Tough 67, and that will be a ground ball to short. That is a 7 on the dice. So Brookins on his way home. They throw to home to get Brookins out. 2 down. Brookins thrown out at the plate. But Gibson does make it to first. But there are now 2 outs as the infield in works. Another fielder's choice. Lance Parrish will now come in play with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Infield back to normal for the Rangers. Hough's pitch. Patient 76. Fly ball center field. Ward will make that catch, and the inning is over. Tigers had a good opportunity. One hit, a walk, but a couple of fielders' choices and a fly out. They cannot score. We are tied at 4 at the end of 4. That's the score. I made a rhyme. Top of the 5th inning coming up. It's the top of the batting order also for the Rangers. Here is Tom Dunbar. Dunbar singled his last time up. They'll keep Wilcox out there for a little while longer. His fatigue inning is a 7. Pitch on the way. That is an in-play 12. That will be a base hit for Dunbar. Dunbar has his second hit of the game. He will trot down to first. And here is Pete O'Brien. Dunbar, a 3F steal rating, not happening. O'Brien will not be bunting, and no hit and run. Wilcox will pitch to O'Brien. And that's a ballpark 49. That's going to be in the wheelhouse. O'Brien, wheelhouse check, 0-2. Pow! And that one is hit high. That one is hit deep. That one is gone. Pete O'Brien smacks a home run off Wilcox. And the Rangers take a 6-4 lead. Stadium groans. 6-4 Rangers. That will be all for Wilcox. He is coming out. So they are done for Detroit. And Buddy Bell will now come out to bat. Got some right-handers coming up. So let's see who the Tigers want to bring out. Let's see. Not much of a choice. We need a long reliever. I don't think there is one. Yeah, I'm going to use him. Coming on to pitch for Detroit will be Doug Bear. 2-0, 6.24 ERA. He's a long reliever. So Bear can pitch innings 5, 6, and 7. And he will pitch to Buddy Bell. 6-4 Rangers. Rangers trying to get to 500. They are at 14-15 so far for the season. The Tigers 19-9. The Tigers do lead the American League East. Doug Bear will pitch now. That is a ballpark 91, but that's going to be in play. And it's going to be a rare play with a 0-0. So let's see what happens. Rare play, blue first, 5-1. Batter with 2-strike count, swings at a wild pitch. He is struck out but reaches first base on a wild pitch. So Buddy Bell has 2 strikes. He swings at a wild pitch. He strikes out, but he reaches first base on a wild pitch. Okay. So Buddy Bell's on first on a wild pitch by Bear. That's pretty much what that is. So swings at a wild pitch, which is struck out. So that would be a strikeout. So it is a strikeout, but Bell's on first. It's not a hit, so I'm going to make that a WP, so I know what that's for. Bell on at first. Here is Gary Ward. Interesting wear play. See you later, Salvador America. Take care. Catch it on the replay. Buddy Bell on at first. Here's the pitch to Ward. As Doug Bear now tries to settle into the game. That's another ballpark, 79. Ward's a righty. That's going to be in play. In play, 92. Ground ball to shortstop. That is a 10 on the dice. That's not going to be a double play. They will get Bell out at second, and Ward is safe at first on a fielder's choice. One out. And now Toby Hara. Ward on at first now in place. Bear trying to pitch. That's an 8. A tough 0-3. That is a strikeout. He strikes out Hara. 2 down. Batter now is Larry Parrish with Ward on at first. 6-4 Rangers. Doug Bear now trying to keep it where it's at. Pitch from Bear. That is a patient 15, and he walked him. Bear at about 4.6 walks per 9. And he walks Parrish. Runners at first and second now for Cliff Johnson. And 2 outs. Fans here at Tiger Stadium hoping Detroit can come back. Ever since Detroit took a 4-0 lead, the Rangers have scored 6 unanswered. Bears pitch. That's a patient 77, and it's a fly ball center field. And Lemon will make the catch and ends the inning. 2 runs for Texas on 2 hits. A 2-run jack. A 2-run jack by Pete O'Brien. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 6-4 Rangers. In a good American League game we've got going on. Charlie Hough will come back on the mound. Leading off for the Cats will be Darrell Evans. Hough will pitch. And that is a ballpark 87 against the lefty. That's a wheelhouse for Evans. Evans 07. Crack. Ball is hit high. Ball is hit deep. Darrell Evans smacks a home run. It's now a 1-run game. Darrell Evans home run off of Charlie Hough. That's what Tiger Stadium was well known for, giving up the long ball. And it's now 6-5. Stadium cheers. Yay! Johnny Grubb will come out now against Hough. They're trying to see if Charlie Hough can go at least maybe reach a little further. Grubb is 0 for 1. 6-5 now. Hough with the pitch. That's another ballpark, 47. That is in Grubb's wheelhouse. But a wheelhouse 83 is a ground out to second. Out number 1. Almost maybe could have had back-to-back jacks. 1 out. Here is Larry Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 2. Patient 20. That's going to be a double for Herndon. He smacks one into right field. Tying run is at second base for the Tigers. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. This is going to be a solemn game. And now Chet Lemon comes up to bat. Lemon is 0 for 2. Tying run at second base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Hough deals. That's a tough 65. That will be a fly ball to right field. Caught by Parrish. Out number 2. Larry Herndon's run rating is a 6. He will not go to third base. No need to, because a single will score him. So he stays at second. 2 down for Tom Brookins. Brookins 1 for 2. Herndon on its second. Hough looks in. Pitches. That's a tough 54. That will be a ground ball to third. Bell will throw to first and retire the side. 1 run for Detroit on a couple of hits. At the end of 5, it is now 6-5 Rangers. Top of the 6th coming up. And this Ranger team is making it difficult. Here is Don Slaught leading off for Texas. Bear looking in, and now the pitch. And that's a tough 93 fly ball to left field. Play is put away by Herndon, out number 1. Now a chance for Kurt Wilkerson. Wilkerson is 1 for 2 in this game. Bear, patient 57. And that's a ground ball to third. Taken care of easily by Brookins, who will throw him out at first base for out number 2. And now Tom Dunbar, who's a little bit of a surprise today. He only batted 204 against righties in 85, but he's 2 for 3 today. So he is actually having a good night. Did not get many starts for the Rangers, but he did tonight in this game. Doug Bear with the pitch. That is a tough 60, and it's a fly ball to center field. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Bear. That's the first 1-2-3 inning since the first inning in this game. And Doug Bear does the job. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 6-5. This will be Charlie Hough's. This may be his last inning. We'll see. Here is Lou Whitaker leading off for Detroit. He is 2 for 2, a single and a jack. Hough pitches. Patient 99 fly ball to right field. Catch is made by Parrish, out number 1. Alan Trammell will take a hack. Hough, tough, 27. That's going to be a single for Alan Trammell. Trammell gets a base hit. He hits that one into center field. Trammell holds it first. It's Trammell's second hit of the game. And now a chance for Kirk Gibson. Trammell on it first, nothing on Strat. Gibson will hit normally. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch from Hough. In play, 58. That's a fly ball to left. Taken care of by Dunbar. Out number 2. I think that's the first time I've called his name. Yep. 2 down. And now Lance Parrish. Tiger Stadium trying to cheer on their cats. Charlie Hough with the pitch. That is a tough 12. That is a steer strikeout. He gets Parrish, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for Detroit. At the end of 6, it's still 6-5 in favor of the Rangers. Seventh inning coming up. This will be Doug Bear's last inning. Pete O'Brien leads off for Texas. He is having a good game. 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Pitch from Bear. That's a tough 22. Single for Pete O'Brien. O'Brien fights it off. Good hit by O'Brien. He will go to first. And he's now 3 for 4 tonight. And now Buddy Bell, who hit a grand slam earlier and then reached base on a wild pitch. So he is 1 for 2. O'Brien on it first. Let's see what Bears got for Bell. Pitch. In play, 21. That's going to be a single for Buddy Bell. A long single into the gap to center field. O'Brien advances 1 base. He will hold at second. And Bell safe at first. A chance now for Gary Ward. Still nobody out in the top of the 7th. Bear checks and deals. And that is a defense check, 46. Error check to first base. Evans' error rating, that's Evans. That's Darrell Evans. His error rating is a 1. That is not good. It's going to be an error on Evans. And it will be a 1-base error. So O'Brien goes to third, Bell to second, and Gary Ward makes first. That's an E3. That's the first error on the Tigers. Bases loaded for Toby Harrah. Still nobody out in the top of the 7th. And I think the Tigers might now have to go to the pen. Tiger bullpen is kind of meh. There are not many pitchers really available. Doug Bear is going to come out, and coming in to pitch for the Tigers will be Aurelio Lopez. 3-7, 4.80 ERA with the bases juiced. Toby Harrah, the batter, their Tigers are going to call the infield in, knowing that it would be very difficult to turn a double play. They cannot allow any more runs to score. So infield in. Aurelio Lopez will pitch now. And he is a short reliever, so he can pitch innings 7 and 8. Here's the pitch. That is an in-play 98. It's a fly ball to left field. It's a fly ball to left. That's going to be caught by Herndon. So that is out number 1. It's an in-play, not a patient. Since it's an in-play, my rule is if the die roll is higher than the runner's run rating, he does not get a chance to come in on a sacrifice fly. So that's a 6, that's a 5, and I cannot make the choice. So O'Brien holds at third. No sacrifice fly, 1 out. That's a rule I put in for in-play. In-play fly out, so the runner on third. Patient works just like that. Patient is an automatic choice. Wheelhouse is an automatic score. Tough, runners hold. Here's Larry Parrish with the bases loaded, now 1 out. Parrish does have a good double play rating, but Lopez does not. They will still keep the infield in. Lopez with the pitch. Wheelhouse 0-2. Crack. That one is hit high. That one is hit deep. Larry Parrish, second grand slam of the game. It is gone. Stadium groans. Ugh. Larry Parrish, Second grand slam of this game, and I think that's the first time I ever had 2 grand slams in one game. Not entirely sure, but I think so. Second grand slam, Buddy Bell hits one, and now Larry Parrish hits one. And the Rangers now lead it 10-5. And still one out here in the top of the 7th. The batter is Cliff Johnson. And Lopez will continue to stay out there. Even though all those runs are actually charged to Bear, not to him. Here's the pitch to Johnson. That's a tough 74. That's a fly out to center for out number 2. Two down, and now Don Slaught. Slaught is 0 for 3. Lopez checks and deals. That's an in-play 0-1, and that's going to be a double for Don Slaught. He hits that one into left field. Texas really hitting him today. Runner on second. And a chance now for Kurt Wilkerson. He is the 8th batter to come up in this inning for the Rangers. Lopez trying to get out this inning, but the Rangers are not making it easy. Lopez with the pitch. In play 27. That is a single for Wilkerson. Slaught with a run rating of 5. I have to draw the card. Soft blooper into short left field. Runner on second will score. Slaught comes around, and that is a single for Wilkerson. It's now 11-5 Rangers. That will bring up Tom Dunbar, and that will be it for Lopez. Brandon Baker says, baseball, as he joins us in the middle of a blowout. Coming on to pitch now for Detroit will be Bill Scherer, or Bill Scherer, 3-2, 4.36 ERA. Kurt Wilkerson on at first. Tom Dunbar, the batter now, with 2 outs. Pitch coming. Patient 66. Fly ball center field. And that ends the inning. So the Rangers send 9 men to the plate. Larry Parrish, a grand slam. That's the second grand slam in this game. And the Rangers now lead it 11-5 here at the 7th inning stretch. 5 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And an error. And an error. 11-5 Rangers. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Timeout. Sing your Take Me Out to the Ballpark. Be right back. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. Charlie Hough. They're going to keep him on the mound for a little while longer. He's not fatigued yet. So I'm glad that Brandon Baker's here. Brandon, that game you wanted me to play for Inside Pitch for 1982, that game's going to be Monday. So if you can't make it, make sure you watch it. I'll post the link for you whether you can watch it or not when that game is done. That game between Toronto and Baltimore for 1982. I'm doing a 1981 game tomorrow. Darrell Evans leads off for the Tigers here in the bottom of seventh. Rangers leading 11-5. Remember, 10-minute ticker is now after the games instead of during. So Charlie Hough will pitch to Evans. And that's a tough 52. That will be a fly ball to left field. Out number one. One man down here is Johnny Grubb. Grubb is 0-for-2. Hough looking in. Fans here at Tiger Stadium. Tigers got out to a 4-0 lead, and then the Rangers have outscored them 11-1 since then. Hough's pitch. That is a tough 91. That's a fly ball to right field. That's out number two. And here is Larry Herndon. That's definitely not a good night for the Tigers. Got out to a 4-0 lead. Then Texas scored 4 in the third on a grand slam by Buddy Bell, 2 in the fifth, and 5 in the inning in the seventh, and a grand slam by Larry Parrish. Pitch from Hough. That is a defense 27. That could be interesting. Error check to third base. The ball is hit the Bell. Error rating is a 2. He will not make the play. That will be a one-base error as Larry Herndon gets to first. E5. And that is the first error on the Rangers. Herndon will be safe at first. And a chance now for Chet Lemon. Looking for Ripken straight game number 0001. Yeah, right? Well, the game I'm playing is the game. Let me make sure. The game that I'm playing is the game before he started his streak, right? That's the one you wanted me to play. The one before the streak. I think, what's his name? Bonner? I think he's the shortstop in that game. 2 outs. Charlie Hough will pitch to Lemon. And that is a tough 92. That is a ground ball to short. And the throw will go to second to get Herndon, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits. There was an error. At the end of 7, Rangers lead 11-5. Top of the 8th inning. Bill Scherer will go ahead and stay out on the mound. He'll pitch to Pete O'Brien. Yeah, it was a doubleheader, and Ripken did not play at all in the first game. If you could play the second game when Ripken played, that would be great. If not, the first game with Bonner would be okay. Well, which one do you want me to play? Do you want me to play in Ripken's first game or the game? Do you want me to play the first game of the doubleheader or the second game of the doubleheader? I'll play whichever game you want. Scherer will pitch to O'Brien. Top of the 8th inning, 11-5 Rangers. Scherer's pitch, ballpark 32. That is wheelhouse. O'Brien, 78. That's a fly out to center. Out number 1. Hitting against the lefty. Next batter is Buddy Bell. The second with Ripken. All right, so you want the second game with Ripken. I thought it was the first game of the doubleheader that he... Tigers are kicking butt. Yep, CPD. No, Rangers are kicking butt. Rangers are leading this game 11-5 there. CP cards and dice. I'll double check it for you, Brandon. Hold on. Shearer on the mound will pitch to Bell. Bell has a grand slam today. Tough. 66. Fly ball to right field. Out number 2. And next up is Gary Ward. Ward reached on an error his last time up. Pitch from Shearer. In play, 80. That is a fly out to center. And a 1-2-3 inning for Bill Shearer. Nothing there for Texas. They still lead 11-5 going in the bottom of the 8th. Charlie Hough will be done as Texas will go to the bullpen. 2 rights and a left coming up. So let's see who they're going to bring in here. And the Rangers are going to bring in Dave Schmidt. 7-6, 3.15 ERA with 5 saves. Dave Schmidt will pitch to Tom Brookins here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 grand slams in tonight's game. One by Bell and one by Parrish is the main reason why the Rangers are leading this game 11-5. Brookins leads off. And that is a defense 76. Range check to third base. The ball is at the Bell. His range is the C. He will make the play. Throws to first. Out number 1. Just goes as a ground out to third. Here is Lou Whitaker. You want to see the first game of the streak, which was the second game of that day. Okay, no problem. Not a problem. I don't think I made up the score sheet yet, so not a problem. You want to see the first game of the streak. It will be handled. You'll see that. I'll do that Monday for 1982 season for Inside Pitch. Schmidt will pitch to Whitaker. That's an in-play 33 single for Whitaker. He will go to first. Whitaker gets his 3rd hit of the game. He is now 3 for 4. And now here is Alan Trammell with 1 out. Remember the great sports. Well, welcome there, RTGS. A pleasure to have you here at Tiger Stadium. Yep, near the end of the game, we're in the bottom of the 8th, 11-5 Rangers. Schmidt's pitch, tough, 59. That will be a ground ball to third. Trammell's double play rating is a 5. That's a 7. The throw will go to second to get Whitaker. They will not get Trammell. He will be safe at first. Out number 2. On a fielder's choice. And that is the 3rd fielder's choice that Trammell's hit into today. His score line goes fielder's choice, single, fielder's choice, single, fielder's choice. Weird day for Alan Trammell. Now a chance for Kirk Gibson with 2 outs. 11-5, Rangers leading. Schmidt on the pitch. That is an in-play 36. That will be a single for Gibson. Trammell with a run rating of 7 automatically makes 3rd. Gibson goes to first, and the inning will continue. Can the Tigers get some runs to make it interesting? Here is Lance Parrish. He will bat with 2 outs. Dave Schmidt trying to maybe keep it where it's at, but the Tigers are not making it easy. Runners at the corner. Schmidt the pitch to Parrish. That is an in-play 14. That is a single for Parrish. Base hit. Trammell will come in to score. Kirk Gibson with a run rating of 7. He will make 3rd. Parrish goes to first. The Tigers get a run. It's now 11-6. Fans here at Tiger Stadium would love to see a comeback here. Coming up to bat will be Darrell Evans. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers are making it interesting a little bit, now down by 5 runs. Schmidt trying to get it done. Evans the batter. Here's the pitch. That is an in-play 84. That's a ground ball to second base. And the ball will be tossed over to first base, and the inning will end there. 1 run for Detroit on 3 hits. 8 innings in the books. It's 11-6 Texas. As the defending champs are getting pummeled tonight. Remember, the 85 Tigers were not as good as the 84 Tigers. Play the Mets. Remember, we'll have the 10-minute ticker coming up at the end of the game. We'll see how everybody else does. Leading off for the Rangers will be Toby Harrah. Bill Scherer coming out of the game, as the Tigers will go to a righty. And coming on to pitch will be Juan Berenger. 5-6, 5.59 ERA. Remember, this Tiger team was not as good as 84. Juan Berenger will pitch to Toby Harrah here in the top of the 9th. Cards and Dice wants me to play the Mets. I have some Met games coming up in a week or so. I've already got some scheduled with them. Juan Berenger against Harrah. That is a tough 81. That will be a fly out to center. Out number 1. Next up is Larry Parrish. He hit a grand slam in this game. That was his only hit, too. He's 1 for 3. Berenger, yeah. Berenger, exactly. See how the Reds and my Mets are not doing too good. They are 13-15 so far. They are 2 games under 500, and a team is 2 games under 500. Berenger, that is a 7. That's a tough 58. That's a fly ball to right field. Out number 2. Parrish will go down, and now a chance for Cliff Johnson. Johnson 1 for 4. Berenger's pitch. Tough 23. That will be a strikeout, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 inning for Berenger. Still 11-6 Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Dave Schmidt will stay out there. 2 rights and a left coming up. Johnny Grubb will lead off against Schmidt. Grubb, however, is a DH. I might go to the bench, and I think I will. Miners getting more of the Mets. See, I think we're going to go to a pinch hitter. And this is the 9th inning, so I can go by stat. And he is the DH, so let's see if I can bring anybody in. Would you believe I really don't have anybody that can come in bat better than that? This Tigers team really wasn't that. I mean, it was good. They were not great like they were 84. Johnny Grubb is going to hit to start the bottom of the 9th inning. Schmidt will try to close the game out. Pitch on the way. In play, 0-8, and that's going to be a leadoff triple for Johnny Grubb. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 inning on RJL 518? No. Johnny Grubb goes to third on a leadoff triple. The batter will be Larry Herndon. Herndon will bat with Grubb on at third. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 9th innings. It doesn't happen. Grubb was 36. He was 36 in 1985. Schmidt pitching to Herndon. The infield is normal. The runner at third don't mean anything. That is an in-play 21, and that will be a single for Larry Herndon. It's a base hit. Grubb will come in to score. Here comes the ninth inning magic. It's now 11-7. Larry Herndon gets a base hit. And the batter now will be Chet Lemon. 11-7 now. Schmidt coming out. Texas will go to the pen. Let's see who the Rangers want to bring in. They got two rights and a left coming up. Let's see who they bring in here. Coming in to pitch for Texas will be the closer, Greg Harris. 5-4, 2.47 ERA. They will go to Harris to try to close this game out. But it's now 11-7 with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Chet Lemon leads off. He will bat. He's 0 for 3. Pitch from Harris. That is a patient 35. It's a double for Chet Lemon. It's a deep drive to center field. It one-hops the wall. Herndon will hold it third. Lemon holds it second. And the Tigers are in business. Runners at second and third, nobody out. We've had a triple, we've had a single, and we've had a double. The next batter is Tom Brookins. Now there I might actually make a pinch hit move, and I think I will. Tom Brookins is at third base. He will come out. Pinch hitting for Brookins will be Chris Pitaro. He bats .264 against rights. He will also take over at third base in case. Not as good a fielder, but they need him for hit right now. Chris Pitaro will pinch hit. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Greg Harris trying to end the game. 11-7 now. Nobody out. You can't walk them because you got Whitaker, Trammell, and Gibson waiting to come up. Greg Harris, here's the pitch. That is a defense check 0-1. That's not good. It's an error check to right field. That's Parrish. His error rating is a 4. Not a chance he's going to boot that ball. That is an error on Parrish. And it's going to be a 3-base error. You got to be kidding me. 3-base error. Herndon scores. Lemon scores. Pitaro goes to third. It's 11-9. A gigantic error on Parrish. That is an E9. Second error on the Rangers in this game. It's 11-9 now. And the tying run's coming to the plate in Lou Whitaker. Brandon Baker says, crazy. Pitaro on at third. Lou Whitaker now represents the tying run. That's an error. I'm not going to charge the runs to Harris. So as far as I'm concerned, he's only given up 1 run so far before being fatigued. But now Lou Whitaker with a swing and a bat can tie this game up in the bottom of the ninth. And still nobody out. Rangers going to call the infield back. They got to get 1 out. They'll let Pitaro score, but try to get the out. Harris with the pitch to Whitaker. That's a tough 27. And that will be a pop out to second base, out number 1. That's huge. Whitaker pops out to second. Big out. And now here's Alan Trammell. He can tie it up with a swing. Trammell went fielder's choice, single, fielder's choice, single, fielder's choice. So now he's due for a single. 1 out. Pitaro on at third. Gigantic error on Parrish. Fans here at Tiger Stadium can't believe the game they're watching. Harris's pitch to Trammell. That is a ballpark 36. That is a wheelhouse for Trammell. A wheelhouse for Trammell. Wheelhouse 39. That is going to be a single for Alan Trammell. Base hit. Pitaro comes in to score. Tying run now on base. Pitaro, of course, will take over for Brookins. It's now 11-10. And now the batter, can you believe it, is Kirk Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 4 tonight. He has a single. Alan Trammell, remember the great says, bring in the lefty. There's really nobody in the bullpen to go with. Harris is their best pitcher. I got to go with Harris. Got to go with Harris. He's the closer. He's the best pitcher that Texas has in this bullpen today. Got to go with him. Kirk Gibson, the batter. He represents the winning run. 11-10 is the score. Trammell on at first. 1 out. Can we see a repeat of history? Harris with the pitch. It's a tough 77. That's going to be a fly ball center field. And Ward will make the play. Gary Ward makes the catch, out number 2. Last chance for Detroit is Lance Parrish. Parrish is also 1 for 4, walked and got a single. So Larry Parrish for the Rangers at a grand slam. Can Lance Parrish for the Tigers hit a game-winning home run? 2 outs. Greg Harris looking in. 11-10. The Tigers have put up 5 runs in this inning. Can they get at least 1 more? Pitch from Harris. It's a patient 0-4, and he walked him. And now the tying run is in scoring position. He walks Parrish. The batter now will be Darrell Evans. And now Harris will come out for this one. Evans is a lefty. So they will go ahead and bring in a new pitcher. For the Rangers coming in to pitch, only got 1 lefty in the bullpen in this for left, and that's going to be Mike Mason. They're going to go with Mason to try to get the last out. Now can Detroit make its own move? Let's find out. Darrell Evans does hit 208s against lefties. Evans is the first baseman. I do have another first baseman available, and they will bring in another batter. So Darrell Evans coming out. Taking over first base will be Barbaro Garby, but he will not be batting. It will be Alejandro Sanchez will bat. Batted .298 against lefties. So if this game goes on any further, Barbaro Garby will take over at first base. But Alejandro Sanchez gets the bat, And in ninth inning or later, I always go by the best stat, not by the most at bats. Bases, runners at first and second. Tramble, the tying run. Parrish, the winning run. Lucas McCain says, let's go Rangers, trying to hold on to this game. The Tigers have 5 runs in the bottom of the ninth. Mason trying to close it. 2 outs. Pitch. It's a tough 89 that will do it. It's a ground ball to short. Nice play picked up by Wilkerson. He's got it. Throws to second to get Parrish, and the ball game is over. What an inning. Four runs on 4 hits. And a couple of walks, but that will do it. The Texas Rangers needed every one of those runs, and they win this game 11-10. I'll give you a final line score here in a moment. And then we'll do 10-minute. Now I'll clean up real quick for 10-minute ticker. For the Texas Rangers, 11 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. For the Detroit Tigers, 10 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error. They never tied the game, so Charlie Hough actually gets the win. Hough picks up the win. Wilcox gets the loss. Mike Mason gets a 1-out save. A humongous win for the Rangers. What a crazy game. 2 crazy games today on my channel. A crazy game, an inside pitch between the Braves and the Astros, and a crazy game tonight here in Payoff Pitch between the Rangers and Tigers. Timeout while we clean up, and 10-minute ticker coming up. I have a question for you guys. I know I've been using dice for the 10-minute ticker. Does anybody have any objections if I use the fact cards for 10-minute ticker? The 2d6 decides the winner, and of course I get the score here. Does anybody have any issue with that? Or do they prefer dice? I know it's my choice, but I want to think what you guys think. I know the dice will be a little bit more random, but the cards might be a little faster. What do you guys think? Cards are fine, all right? Let's try cards for once. We know Texas beats Detroit 11-10. First things first, I will shuffle them in front of you so you know they are being shuffled. Let's see how cards work this time. The 2d6 is this, and I can use this to get a score. The middle number can give me in case there's a tie. Let's see what we get. Kansas City at Baltimore. That's a 7. It's a win for Kansas City. They win that game 9-1. Seattle at Boston. 7. A win for the Red Sox. They win that game 6-5. Cleveland at Chicago White Sox. That's a 5. It's a win for the Indians. They win that game 8-2. Oakland at Milwaukee. Actually, I got a better idea. That's a 10. That's a win for Milwaukee. They win that game 4-0. I'll draw 2 cards. Minnesota at New York Yankees. That's a 5. It's a win for the Twins. They win that game 10-9. California at Toronto. That's a 3, a win for the Angels. They win that game 9-3. New York Mets and Atlanta. My Mets have been horrible with the 10-minute ticker. That's a 6. We finally get a win there. They win that game 3-2. Philadelphia at Cincinnati. That's a 6. That's a win for the Phillies. They win that game 9-1. Montreal at Houston. That's a 7. A win for the Astros. Steeler fan will like that. They win that game 9-4. Chicago Cubs at Los Angeles. That's a win for the Dodgers. 9-3. St. Louis at San Diego. That's an 8. That's a win for the Padres. They win that game 8-1. Pittsburgh at San Francisco. 6, a win for the Pirates. Win that game 6-4. I'll reshuffle for 5/15/85. Cubs lost. Go back to the dice. Seattle at Boston. That's a win for the Red Sox. They win that game 7-5. I already know who's going to love the cards, and that's going to be Salvador America. He hated the dice for the Red Sox. Actually, that's a 4-1 win. I'm sorry, 4-1. I'm supposed to draw another card. Baltimore at Chicago White Sox. 7, a win for the White Sox. Win that game 9-6. Kansas City at Cleveland. 6, a win for the Royals. It's a 9-6 win for Kansas City. Oakland at Milwaukee. It's a 9 win for the Brewers. 3-0. Detroit at Minnesota. 9 win for the Twins. 8-0 Minnesota. Texas at New York Yankees. That's an 11. It's a win for the Yankees. They win that game 8-5. California at Toronto. That's an 8. That's a win for the Blue Jays. And it's a 12-8 win. Actually, I should roll. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Philadelphia at Atlanta. That's a 6. It's a win for the Phillies. They win that game 5-0. Phillies are playing pretty well. New York Mets at Houston. It's a 4. It's a win for my Mets. I already love the cards. 7-2 win for the Mets. They beat the Astros. Chicago Cubs at Los Angeles. That's a win for the Dodgers. Bears Den will not like that. That's a 9-3 win for the Dodgers. Cincinnati at Montreal. That's a 7. It's a win for the Expos. They win that game 4-3. St. Louis at San Diego. It's an 8. It's a win for the Padres. Win the game 9-6. Pittsburgh at San Francisco. A 5. A win for the Pirates. They win that game 8-2. If anything, the cards make it faster. Don't know about more randomness or anything like that, but I don't know. I just thought I'd try the cards for once and see what kind of winnings. And already with that, with the cards, my Mets won 2 games in a row. So I kind of like the cards now. If your team won today, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow on Payoff Pitch, we have the Detroit Tigers again tomorrow night. Only this time they're on the road taking on the Minnesota Twins. So we'll see if Detroit can come back after losing a very tough game here. So tomorrow night's game is the Detroit Tigers taking on Minnesota for Payoff Pitch. So I hope you'll join us that. So we got Detroit, Minnesota again tomorrow night. And we have the Cardinals and the Dodgers in Inside Pitch seasons. 1981, Fernando Valenzuela goes for his 7th shutout that year. Bears Den 007, Brandon Baker, a member of the Great Sports. Lucas McCain, Cards and Dice, CP, Cards and Dice. Salvador America, Bob B, Tribe Fan 879, Kevin Hayes. Thank Philip Reynolds. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. It has been a pleasure. And we will see you guys tomorrow for some more inside and payoff pitch action. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's game. It was wacky. Texas beats Detroit 11-10. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.